So there is an attempt by members of right-wing parties to exploit the situation for political gains. Now, it's happening also here in Italy, where we have the right-wing League Party, which is headed by Matteo Salvini, who was the ex-interior minister in the last administration. Now, what he's attempting to do is he's attempting to drive a wedge between Italians and the truth. So at the moment, there is a point of contention between the Italian government and the European Union on how to deal with this crisis financially. Now, the Italians have been asking and putting pressure on the European Union to issue Eurobonds. And in a way, this would be a fast mechanism to help countries like Italy and Spain raise money quickly in order to deal with the crisis from a financial point of view. Now, others have been pointing in another direction and using existing mechanisms to deal with this. Now, people like Salvini have been attempting to exploit this difference of opinion and gain politically from it. Now, you have to remember that Salvini has been sidelined a great deal over the last number of months, mainly because of this crisis. And it's something that he has had little power in affecting and benefiting from. So now he's attempting to drive a wedge between Italy and the European Union and play one against the other, and in order to maintain his own profile, but also to revive Euroscepticism in Italy. So Conte, who is normally quite diplomatic in his responses and his daily communiques, decided instead to throw down the gauntlet and call out Salvini by name.
I really have to make one point clear, or actually a few points. ESM, or European Stability Mechanism, has existed since 2012. It wasn't established yesterday, it wasn't approved or activated last night, as falsely and irresponsibly stated. This time I have to do it. I have to say names and surnames. By Matteo Salvini and Giorgia Meloni. They have been repeating it ever since last night. It is absolutely not so. This government doesn't work under the cover of darkness. This government looks Italians square in the face and speaks clearly. If it has any proposal to bring, it is brought in a clear way and looking at the Italians in the eye. The Eurogroup hasn't signed anything, nor has it established any obligation. This is a lie to say otherwise. Secondly, on request of some member states, and not of Italy, the Eurogroup has therefore worked on this proposal, which hasn't been completed yet, but which is still a work in progress. A credit line linked to this already existing instrument called ESM, totally new in respect to the existing credit lines, which are differently regulated. Thirdly, to be even clearer, Italy hasn't signed any ESM activation. It doesn't need the ESM. I have already stated it. I have said it several times. Why doesn't Italy need ESM? Because Italy considers ESM a totally inadequate and unsuitable tool for the emergency we are experiencing. So since the beginning, I reminded, in the previous and last European Council, I made it clear to all the other leaders, my counterparts, Italy doesn't need ESM. Italy doesn't consider ESM adequate to this emergency.